approximately, between when you last saw them and the news of their death?
Probably a year since John, probably 6 months since his cousin.
Has life changed in your village since their arrival?
No. No, in fact, nothing has changed.
How does that make you feel?
It's always been this way. It always will be this way. I have no qualms with that. I don't even know how to feel about my feelings, other than the fact that this chaos in my life is going to immediately distract me from even considering any other woulda, coulda, shoulda regrets around that.
Chaos being your family obligations?
Yes. Survival.
What do you do day to day? See yourself doing it.
Work. Fields, goats, trading and negotiating, building, repairing, fixing, practicing with weapons. Work, work, work. Some fishing. I'm not a fisherman.
And as you do your work, do the words of John and his cousin come back to you? Or do you not think about it?
Not really. It's, I buried it. I buried it by telling myself it was all nothing.
I suppose it would have had to have been something for them to put the death over, right? Okay.
They crossed the law. And this time, in this world, those scrolls, you live by them and you literally die by them.
How do you feel about the law?
It's always been, it always will be. It is what it is.
Tell me about John and his cousin. Tell me about, say, start with their hair color.
John more black, his cousin more brown. John, long, scraggly hair, almost like dreadlocky. His cousin's more like mine, pulled up in a fist and cut monthly.
Okay. Had a way of speaking, sounds like?
Both. It was almost as if... It's interesting. I know that they were looked and dressed like me, from the same type of villages, from the same culture. However, they spoke as if they'd been educated in Rome or something. Their knowledge and their vocabulary was just like nothing I'd heard.
What inspired you about the way they spoke?
It was just shocking, the ideas, the concepts were just shocking. But yet when you pondered them, they made sense in a really weird and uncomfortable way. They made sense.
Did you see them do anything interesting while they were visiting? Just working with the crowd, right?
Seeing people's souls. It's so hard to explain, but someone would ask a question, and those of us close to that person knew what they were really trying to get after. and they would answer the question truly being asked, like magic.
Do you remember one of the questions?
No, that the fact that they could do that is what sticks out to me now. Seems relevant now.
Okay. Well, then,
My death.
what's happening? What do you see?
I'm starting to cross over, and I know now for the first time the truth.
Tell me about it.
After John and his cousin were killed, some of their former followers came to our village.
What were they like?
They didn't really seem to have any special gifts. Not like the original two. I even housed them as guests.
Did you enjoy that?
A bit. I think at first, and then on their later visits, they were rejected, and then they kept visiting, even staying in tents outside of the village, and then they were chased away with rocks. And I'm recognizing that I was wrong.
What were you wrong about?
That it all was real. That it all was really real. And what John said was true. What his cousin said was true. I buried it all. I didn't think about it until this deathbed moment. And then what those guys that came later, what they said was also true. And I just can't believe it. I can't believe it was all true. That's a massive missed opportunity for our village. That's just understatement.
How do you wish things would have played out instead at this moment?
We'd all believed and listened and had ears to hear.
It sounds like you believe.
I don't know. I was always confused. I always was. There was something there. I was transfixed. I was on the fence, and I was pulled back off the fence every time by my community. And I trusted my community knows what's best. They always have and always will, right? But I'm crossing over and I'm realizing, holy fuck. This is fucking crazy. This is nuts. I can't fucking believe it.
So before you cross over, before those final moments, tell me about what it is that got you here today. What happened to you? Why is this your last day?
I'm just sick. I'm just dying. Nothing, I'm just old. Fucking 42. I'm like the oldest guy in the town.
Okay.
I'm the elder. I could have told everybody the truth.
And on this last day, are you by yourself? Is someone with you?
There are people in the room. I think my wife's already dead. No, she's in here. We have a strained relationship, I guess, but she's in here.
How do you feel with her being here with you?
Good.
Any of your kids here?
Yeah. Yeah, actually that's mostly who's in the room. Yeah, they're grown. They're in their 20s. They're teens. I mean, they have their own families and stuff. There's babies, yeah.
How do you feel about them?
Oh. I mean, I recognize at this moment of crossing over that I'm in this in-between space that, like, it could have been very different. But it is what it is, too. I'm, like, accepting what it is, you know?
Mm-hmm. Understood. And so the last moment comes. Tell me about it. You won't have any physical sensations. You can just talk.
It's pretty smooth. Your last breath seems so long, and you think you're going to have like a panic attack, but you don't. It's just very delicate and smooth, and you slide if I'm laying like I'm laying right now, you slide backward out of your own body, like the length of your body. Your body slides out of your body, and then you look down at your body, and you feel like you've been having like a very panicky couple of days, but you do not feel panicky at all. You feel totally calm.
Take a look around now that you're out of the body, watching your physical body lay there. Take a look around. Take a note of not only who's standing in the room, but maybe is there any other details that stand out to you here in these moments just after you crossed over. Sink into yourself.
I'm so glad to be out of that painful body. Oh my gosh. Woo!
Maybe you won't miss tending the fields.
I will miss those goats, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will miss some of those goats, like they were like my friends.
How does your family react once you're gone, as you're watching them?
Doesn't seem like they've noticed right away.
Okay.
Seems like, yeah, I don't think anybody's noticed. Everyone's just kind of just still sitting there quietly.
So you slipped out quietly unnoticed.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you're out of the body, what's your plan? Do you have to go somewhere?
That's a good point. I don't know.